Bob Nichols here with Racks and Tracks on 501 acres in Macon County. It's about 450 acres of hardwood timber with Mussel Fork Creek running through it. It's got good trails throughout it for access. It's got this road we're going to go down here. This is the entrance to it. It's got an easement road coming in here, and it was one other guy that uses the road to get to his house. But you'll see that narrow strip on the south end of the aerial. That's where we're starting at right there. That's this narrow strip in front of me. And we'll head back in here, but there's about 30 acres or so of open ground. Could be farm. I think they're working on getting a farming bit, or you could use it for food plots, whichever. But we're gonna head back in here and check her all out. This is a shot from inside the timber. I'm on one of the many logging roads that run down through the property. They all kind of go from the east side of the property, headed down into the bottom where you see the little fields and the creek at the bottom down there. They all kind of head kind of in a downhill slope on these ridges. But every ridge has a nice trail down it. And it kind of drops off either side of them. You kind of see down in the draw there. But still, nice sized timber in here. And just a huge tract of timber. We're getting on down the hill down here so we can get some more shots from down there. Here's a view from the southwest corner of the property. I'm right here on Mussel Fork Creek, which is a nice big running creek. Usually runs all year long. And then you can see the property goes on the other side. If you look at the aerial, there's a round shaped field and a little square field and a long narrow field. Those, I'm right down here where the creek's meandering all through those. But that bottom field over there on the other side of the creek, it's also on the property. We'll get over there. And then this is that round field you see down in the very southwest corner behind me here. And it's all nice and clean and ready for, you could probably either get a food plot in it or they may farm it, one of the two. This is a view of that round field I was just talking about. I just pulled out in the field so I can pan across the lay of it. It's nice little, it's secluded back in here. We're back here on the creek and came back on a four-wheeler probably 3/4 of a mile. So if you put a food plot in here, it would be deadly. This is a shot of the middle field. It's, if you look on the aerial, it's kind of a little square-shaped field, but you can tell it's in between the round field and the long, narrow field. So we got, this is right in the middle. So there's a thin tree line there between it and that narrow field over right on the creek. And just nice timber all around it. Get on over here by the creek again on that long narrow field and shoot down it. This field lays good also, so good for planting or food plot. This is a view here from the biggest field you see on the creek on the south end there. The creek is right behind me. I'm just looking east across this big field. So you're seeing the majority of it. There's a creek behind me and timber on three sides. I'm gonna say it's 400 yards across this field maybe. Would be a nice place for a little bit of food plot and then farm the rest of it. And that's one of the trails I was talking about going back up the hill where we came from. There's several of those coming down all the ridges down into this bottom. We'll get back up there and get some more views of the timber up on the hill. This is another shot of the other side, just down the ways on that same long narrow field looking across it. I'll just give you a view of this creek running through here. I'm going to say it's probably 100 feet wide. course, now it's running good water. Snow's all melting, but it generally keeps water in it. It's got some crop fields on the other side over there. Bunch of deer trails through here and beds in the field. Kind of a shot up the creek. It's a nice little feature. Hard to find a good wet creek on a property, and this has a whole bunch of footage of it. Here's another view inside the timber. Again, on right on top of the ridges, got a draw falling off on either side, coming back up from the bottom. So got some nice big trees in here. And then it drops off again over here to my left. Just miles and miles of good, nice trails through here. So good access to any stands, and sneak up on them food plots down there. And just ran a bunch of turkeys off down the middle of the road. Looked like, I don't know, 20 or more. Turkey tracks and deer tracks all over the road. Here's a shot of one of the roads, access roads on the farm. This is coming off the east line. We're up towards the north end of the farm, but it's coming off that east line headed south, downhill like the rest of the roads down in the bottom. But so just big trees lining the roads, and I'm gonna say this road's, shoot, you can get probably 2 combines wide down through here in places. But super nice built road system throughout the farm, and that's kind of a view. I'm looking out, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles. So kind of get advantage of where you're looking and how high up you are. Back here on the front, the easement road here on the 501 acres in Macon County. And it's about 60 acres that are open, and about 440 acres of timber. We're probably gonna get a bid on that bottom ground. Maybe put some crop in it this year, and food plot some of it or something down on the creek down there. But big nice Mussel Fork Creek on it, big wide, all year round running creek. Trails, miles of trails all over it to access stands and little spots for food plots just scattered all throughout the whole farm. But if you're looking for something in Macon County or just in northeast Missouri with excellent whitetail and turkey potential, we ran turkeys out all over the whole farm. We just rode the whole thing, and there was turkeys running everywhere, deer tracks everywhere, just beds in the field. So if you're looking for something like that, give us a call and we'll get you all the info you need.